The way is open, but then I don't know how much it is working right now.
So it all has to be by air.
Mm-hmm.
So you need Geiger counters, you need iostat tablets. What about transferring funds to help families in need?
Bank is functioning okay, no problem. So,
Okay, I know that the market has been taking some losses, so has industry,
mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of people out of work in the north.
Yes.
So it's a pleasure to have you on. If there's anything else you'd like to share with us, you can also recall It's Rainmaking Time and share with us as needed updates or if you feel important information.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then at the appropriate time, we would love to do a special on the Dolphins and Ishii-san's work and your work with him.
Okay. One other thing, if you don't mind, I
Please.
would like to mention, those people who living near Fukushima area, they are having, very, they are suffering this nuclear thing, and then they need those tablets you mentioned, and also if there is anything that like I have homeopathy kit for the radiation, so I can take this, but people who don't have this kind of information, they don't have supply for this. I want deliver to them somehow. I want to, reach these things to the people over there as much as possible. How can I do? I don't know, but then, what do you think?
I think it's going to be coordinated through different countries, but if you personally want to take it upon yourself, I think it needs to be ordered from outside the United States and coordinated to be brought in probably through Tokyo and then for whatever planes will bring shipments in. I mean, that's literally what you're looking at. If you want to bring it into the north, people are being instructed not to go out of their homes. So then you have people at risk who are going to be ushering the supplies. So it's a catch-22. But I believe that it's going to be an international effort to get iostat type iodine pills that handle only one part of it. It would be also good to bring food and water to these people, but the thing is that this is going to take an entire planning network of not only whatever the government's doing and however the United States is going to assist and other countries are participating, but it's going to take its own action network of people on the ground to see how they can help, but you're going to have a sense of the logistics here to do it.
Exactly.
You're going to have
yes.
to set up some logistical pathways to be able to do this because you have so many people that are overwhelmed, and the more days that they're inside without food or water, you have more panic, you have more upset. I mean, there's only so long I think that any culture of people are going to stay organized and stay calm. I think there's a time window for this, even for the best.
Okay.
So I don't know if I answered that question, but that's my gut feeling on it. The other thing would be very, very good, and I'm going to suggest this openly, and that is to call upon some of the best remote viewers in the world, Paul Smith out of Austin, Texas, and Lynn Buchanan out of New Mexico, to do some remote viewing work. I don't know if you've heard of remote viewing.
No.
Remote viewing is a very high-level way to look into the future, also to go into the situation in the present, and also to go back to the past to recover data. You can transcend space and time. It's a protocol that was used by the military, and it's a psychic protocol to go in and see the situation. And I think urgently, rather than trying to mess with this on a human level of logistics, and when you're in a race against time, you should pick the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I would recommend those two people to assist in figuring out what's going on and then reporting this to the Japanese government and to the people in charge of this situation, who will be able to go into it in a totally different way and tell you what needs to happen, what is happening, and also would be wonderful to assist in what they do in recovery, and recovery from a totally different vantage point. So I've interviewed both these people. They're top-notch in what they do. This is an off-the-chart, highly advanced level of gathering data. It's not something that the Japanese government would immediately think of necessarily, because it's not necessarily the realm that people in leadership deal with. But on a protocol level and on a race against time level, it's one of the most important things I would do if I were running any country in the world or managing that country or leading that country. There's another remote viewer named Joseph McMonagle, also awesome, one of the first ones trained and doing the work with precision. And there are others all over the world, a couple of handfuls. We need to call upon these teams of people who are able to cut through the logistics, not even have to be at the site, and can gather the data from inside the nuclear power plant itself, what's around, and what needs to happen, and they should be part of the resolution of this whole thing, from soup to nuts. I'm putting myself out here by saying that, but that's what I would do. I would be in a race against time about it. I would also have them look and see what the radiation levels are. I would have them be on the team for the resolution because it's important and affects too many people from all over the world. It's bad enough that it's where it is in Japan and all the people whose lives are at risk in industries, but it would resolve a lot of unnecessary fear and natural fear that should be there because you have to stay on your toes right now.
Yes, exactly.
So I will also put those people's links at the end of this interview as well for people who listen to this. Do you have a website?
Yes, I do. I have only blog though, and then written in Japanese. So
okay, if it's written in Japanese and you have a translator, then people can read it from all over the world. Do you know that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
So you can put a Google Translate button on or other types of translate buttons, and then everybody from different parts of the world can read your blog.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put it on there, and we'll also put the names of the other suggested people that we feel should be called in to be of help in this emergency situation.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Kyoko Tanaka, it's rainmaking time. We thank you for coming forward. We thank you for your work with the dolphins and the environment and the medical and well-being areas that you cover as a journalist. We also thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.